If you're a small business owner, you're probably aware that QuickBooks offers not only an accounting software, but also payroll. It's probably one of the most popular choices for payroll on the market for small business owners, simply because it is an easy choice, being that it's the same program that you use for accounting. But we thought it might be helpful if you are looking for payroll solutions to do a quick comparison of the difference between QuickBooks Payroll and Valor Payroll Solutions. So one of the first things that you will find when onboarding is that with QuickBooks Payroll, you are going to be doing the setup on your own. So this is going to include inputting your company information, registering for your state tax IDs if needed, setting up your deductions, setting up your pay schedules, and also ensuring that compliance is met within each state. And that's not necessarily inherent in any software. So for example, you may be operating in a state where non-exempt employees should be paid twice a month, but QuickBooks will allow you to do a monthly payroll for non-exempt employees. It's not going to prompt or know that that's a compliance issue. With Valor Payroll Solutions, we do a turnkey onboarding, which means we get information from you and then we go and put everything into the system. But in part of doing so, we're also looking at your payroll, your business, the states that you operate in, the types of employees that you have, and double checking for compliance issues. We go so far as to double check for things like paid family medical leave requirements, mandated sick leave, or any other state requirements that you may not be aware of. So just to recap, the onboarding is completely do-it-yourself with something like QuickBooks Payroll, whereas Valor Payroll Solutions is going to do that for you. That will also include inputting year-to-date payroll information, year-to-date tax information, and reconciling everything to make sure that you don't end up with any issues down the road. Another difference is going to be the tax filings. So in QuickBooks, there are many options for tax filings, and also depending on the level of service or package that you get with QuickBooks, you may get more or less automation in your tax compliance. With Valor Payroll Solutions, we take care of the entire tax compliance, starting with the state tax registration, making sure that the state tax IDs are inputted, updating unemployment tax rates, pretty much A to Z when it comes to taxes, up to and including filing those returns and making the payments. So you can be completely hands-off with payroll taxes with Valor Payroll Solutions, whereas with QuickBooks Payroll, you are going to be required to make sure that things get done on time, pay attention to the notices that are there, and sometimes do manual filings or manual payments. Another key difference that you'll notice is the service model. So with QuickBooks, you have an 800 number or a chat option, and it will usually take a couple of hours for each service call, sometimes requiring additional follow-ups or phone calls or emails. With Valor Payroll Solutions, you do have one dedicated rep to work with, so if you ever have questions or something comes up, you can just reach out to your person directly and usually get an answer. You will always get an answer same day, but usually you can also get a resolution the same day. And so that can really be a big difference if you do run into any issues. You know, with the QuickBooks side, it is a larger organization where you may wait longer for help or for things to be completed. Whereas with Valor Payroll Solutions, you have a one-on-one relationship with your personal account rep. And then lastly, we operate on two completely different payroll systems. Not to say one is better than the other, but they just are different operating systems. So you may prefer one over the other. That may be QuickBooks over Valor Payroll, we're not sure. But also keep in mind that those are two different systems. So the functionality is going to be different. The employee self-service options are going to be different. Completely different operating systems. So just keep that in mind as well if you are seeking a solution to kind of test drive whatever software you're looking at and make sure that you understand it and that it's easy to use. At the end of the day, there's not really any right, wrong, good, or bad payroll services, just different options for different business needs. So if what we have to offer sounds like something that might be of interest to you, we'd love to hear from you. You can also find us online at valorpayrollsolutions.com.